And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Allendale, Michigan. Today from the Fieldhouse Arena, it's women's GLIAC Volleyball Tournament action coming your way on the Grand Valley Sports Network. I'm Tom Cleary, your host for the action here tonight, and this is a middle-of-the-pack pairing. The number 4 seed Grand Valley hosting the number 5 seed Ashland, but there's a lot of intrigue that goes into this contest because both these teams are currently among the top 8 in the regional rankings. Total of 8 teams will be selected from this region for the NCAA tournament coming up starting next week. So it's very important for both these sides to get a win tonight, perhaps more importantly for Grand Valley because they're actually lower in the rankings than the other teams that are in the top 8 from the GLIAC. This is a very strong volleyball conference. Ferris is currently number 1 in the region. And then numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are Findlay, Hillsdale, Ashland, Saginaw Valley, and Grand Valley at number 8. So really kind of a must-win situation for the Lakers of Deanne Scanlon. Maybe slightly less so for Cass Dixon and the Ashland Eagles, but still very important. They're by no means assured of getting in. But whoever wins this one today will certainly have a leg up on their opponent tonight and perhaps on some other teams as well. We just saw the introductions for Ashland. We'll talk about their roster. Here's a young lady making probably her last home appearance for Grand Valley, Taylor Showman. 1-year player after being a club player. Jessica Marley, another senior on the squad. Kayleen Norris is a freshman who has started playing some lately. Taylor Stewart has been in the lineup much of the year. Betsy Ronda, great career, home career, probably coming to an end tonight, only due to the fact that Grand Valley is not likely to play another home game, even if they do win here this evening. So things are still very much up in the air as far as the conference and the region are concerned, but it doesn't look like Deanne Scanlon's team will be back here on this court for the remainder of this season. There's a senior, Courtney Walters, whose sister Caitlin, her twin, graduated last year. Courtney, though, because she was a transfer from Western Michigan, was able to petition for and receive an extra year. That was Kaylee Lound, another senior. Big smile as she is getting ready to call it a Grand Valley home career. Carly Gross injured and not playing right now. Shannon Winicki is a player with great promise for Grand Valley. Carly Soroki not able to play, and here's the player that's made a big, big difference for the Lakers this year. We're talking, of course, about Stacy Brower. So Grand Valley's coach, Deanne Scanlon, associate head coach Jason Johnson. The assistant coaches are Ashley Crowder and Steve Bailey. And for Ashland, it's Cass Dixon now in her 5th season, assisted by Justin Martin. And her team has got an interesting composition. Not that many seniors and not as deep a team, but she has a couple of players that are out there at the start that are starting to wind down their careers. Audrey Metzger, the senior from Dalton, Ohio, and Samantha Zuber. They'll both be out there at the outset. And we'll see if Grand Valley can wear down Ashland, which comes into this match with only 15 players. Grand Valley's got a couple of more than that available for action tonight, and Grand Valley will use its bench extensively. You'll see players like Stewart, who's a freshman, in there a lot. You'll see also Winicki and a couple of the others. But tonight, it's going to be Showman out there at the start with Betsy Ronda and Caitlin Walters and Kaylee Lowndes. So that's a big senior group right there. Stacy Brower checks out right now, and you see the libero coming on in the back row. That's Taylor Showman, who's quite a story. She kept stats at varsity volleyball games for a couple of years while playing on the club team. Decided she wanted to give it a shot and won the libero role. The first service of the night belongs to Katie Olson. Grand Valley plays kind of a defensive lineup, and here's the first hit. That's taken by the Lakers. Grand Valley somehow gets it back across. Showman hesitated. Let's see if the Lakers can make it happen. Great get again for Grand Valley. Ronda from the back. Played it. That ball could have been let go by Mallory Slider. Big hit here off the Grand Valley block, and the first point of the night goes to Ashland. So Ashland takes the early lead here in the first set, and this is Allie Cudworth serving Showman. Ronda again, good deep ball from the back in the middle. Outside left, big swing here, and that ball is going to be out of the court Point won by Casey Clark on the left side, the junior from Indianapolis. Noted by the red hair and the long ponytail that's braided tonight. She'll be easy to pick out. Nice run to start here for Cudworth and Ashland. I jinxed her. Spoke a little too soon into the net, 2-1. Grand Valley makes its first substitutions with Jessica Marley going out and Brooke Smith coming in. And here's Shannon Winicky coming into the contest as well on the left side. I think that was Rhonda went out early for Grand Valley. A little surprising, big hit here. Grand Valley not really playing with a lot of awareness right at the moment. They've hesitated on a couple of balls, and coaches will tell you need to have people that are going to splatter themselves on the floor to get those tough balls, and Grand Valley's had players looking at one another here at least twice now already. Better set this time, and the big hit by Kaylee Lound coming down the middle to make it 3-2. So Grand Valley got off to a suspect start. Lound goes out, and now back into the contest is Stacy Brower, the freshman, and here's Taylor Showman back behind the line. I'll tell you about the other matchups that are taking place in this conference tonight. They're pretty predictable, but a lot of good teams playing and some playing each other. That ball is just drilled down the middle. Audrey Metzger from Dalton, Ohio with the point at 4-2. And into the contest to serve, Melanie Aguayo comes in and replaces Metzger, who won that last point for her side. Aguayo is a Michiganian. She's from Clarkston. That's not a great ball there by Grand Valley, and they're lucky to escape if they escape, and they do, but only momentarily. And Grand Valley looking a little bit scattered right now at the net, not playing very well to start this first set. That point won by Mallory Slider, the junior from Crystal Lake, Illinois. That all started with a bad set on that service point that sent it across. Grand Valley kept it going for a while, but couldn't do much with it. Better set this time. Brower powers through that one. That's what Grand Valley's looking for. Brower likes to cross to the right side. Talked about the fact that she's a tall player and she gets leverage, but man, her power is really what separates her. Courtney Walters back to serve now for the Lakers. And that one is about 10 feet long for Courtney, who had some trouble earlier in the year serving, but actually in more recent weeks has really improved a great deal at that part of the game. Grand Valley trailing those 6-3. And here's Casey Clark, jump serve, Showman. Grand Valley's going to get the set coming down on Winicky. Set to the outside. Grand Valley covers, but not a great ball. Little touch across there by Katie Olson. Grand Valley gets the block, has a chance for a free point here. Should get the ball they want, but they really don't do much with it. That was a back set, and I'm not sure if Deanne Scanlon was too pleased with that. For some reason, Taylor Showman played that ball backwards. And a very tough shot for Walters. She was not really prepared for it, and Grand Valley's woes continue. Again, Grand Valley not very sharp, and this is going to be another point for Ashland. Lakers just not congregating and getting to the ball on serve. They are very confused at the moment on that back line. Players looking for somebody else to get it. This ball is served and taken by Brooke Smith. Grand Valley gets the hit off the block by Brower, but Ashland keeps it alive. That's a mishit. Grand Valley wins the point there. Moving up into the play, Katie Olson, and now Marley and Rhonda are back on for Grand Valley. I have to wonder a little bit about the fitness of Betsy Rhonda, because she's generally a player that almost never leaves the court, and she was off right away at the start of this one. So we'll try to monitor her progress. Jump serve for Betsy, and it's a pretty good one. Ball coming on the left side. Grand Valley is there to block it. Grand Valley has the set they're looking for. Brower creamed that one from Katie Olson. Better now from the Lakers at 8-5, and we'll see if one of the veterans, Betsy Rhonda, can get her team back in this first set, in which Grand Valley's been trailing from the outset. Not a great take that time by Aguayo. Chance here for the Lakers. Rhonda playing up Brower. Brower packed, though, by Allie Cudworth. Now, Grand Valley got exactly the ball it was looking for, but Cudworth got up, anticipated, and that was Brower from a stationary position that time. Ashland, Courtney Walters, Marley. Good take there near the net. Grand Valley tried to poach one. It wasn't there. Now Rhonda's coming down the middle and plays it off of Samantha Zuber. I think Zuber wanted to get out of the way of that one, the senior from Sunbury, Ohio. but it's a point for Betsy Ronda and the Lakers, and now it is Brower back to serve. One of the top freshmen certainly in this conference this year, plays a good service there. Not the set that Ashland was really looking for. Ronda's got that covered easily. This is outside to Marley, and that was not a good play there. Double hit, I believe, on Katie Olson, who tried to set outside to Marley. And Grand Valley continues to trail. It's 10-6 now with Ashland serving through Mallory Slider. Showman, you're down 4 midway through the first set. That's a tough one to turn down, but she let it sail wide. And Grand Valley will try to climb a little closer through Katie Olson, the sophomore from Peru, Illinois. Primarily a defensive player and setter. Grand Valley's here on the block. Showman plays a good ball that time. Down the middle, Kaylee Lown. Terrific get there by Slider. Slider sends it to the backcourt. Ronda. Grand Valley didn't do real work. Courtney Walters got blocked, but it did not stay in court. So the Lakers a little bit fortunate there. Ball was set a good 3 feet off the net. Walters didn't get the leverage she wanted, but the ball did not stay in play. Lakers within 2 now. Slider outside, little dink, beautiful ball there by Cudworth, and that shows you what you have to do at the net to be an effective player. You can have all the power and leverage you want, but you've got to mix it up a little bit, and Cudworth did that time. The junior from Kent, Ohio. Serves Ronda here. Grand Valley coming down the right. Good play by Marley off the block of Casey Clark and out of play. So Grand Valley comes back with Shannon Winicki and also Brooke Smith. And here is Brooke Smith, the freshman from Crosswell. Over in the thumb area. Grand Valley looking to get within 1, which should be as close as they've been for a long while. Good serve there by Brooke. Outside, though, the big swing, and Brooke Smith is not able to cover that shot from Casey Clark. And Clark immediately runs over and gets substituted. I wonder if Smith can climb right quite back into the position where she wanted to be. Outside, and that's Grand Valley into the net. Another point for Ashland, so the Lakers were within 1, or within 2 a couple of moments ago. Now the lead has gone back to 4. And it's been pretty steady at this margin throughout the first set. Smith, this is Lown, didn't get a great ball there. A little confusion for Ashland. They're going backwards, and that's just not going to work. Generally, this sport is like any other. You don't want to give up territory that you've already covered. And both teams have played a kind of a surprising ball back in this first set, which ended up badly each time. Now Showman behind the line. Serving Cudworth outside right. That's an easy angled blast for Samantha Zuber. Zuber at 6'2", probably the tallest player on this team, at least among the players that are playing right now. Michaela Ping from Batavia, Illinois, young player. Grand Valley down 4. High floater played by Smith. Outside, Winicki. Touch on the block? No, they say. 15-10, and Deanne Scanlon can just sit and watch as her team has gotten off to a very sluggish first set here tonight. Showman, good ball up. Here comes Courtney Walters. Rips it through to get Grand Valley to 15-11. First set action tonight on the Grand Valley Sports Network. The women's GLIAC postseason volleyball tournament underway. First round game between the 4 and 5 seeds, Grand Valley and Ashland. Better that time from Courtney. Let's see. That's going to be a point for the Lakers. Double hit there, and Grand Valley is within 3 now. And Cass Dixon gets up off her seat and moves courtside. A little bit of encouragement for her team. That is too heavy on the hit from Courtney Walters, and it goes back to 16-12. So with Grand Valley, it's 1 step forward, 1 step back right at the moment, and now Ashland in a pretty good position here to make a run to close out this opening set. Best of 5. This will be Casey Clark. Little flip up. Tough ball to handle. Kind of a miss hit. Boy, great block there at the net by Cudworth. Grand Valley recovers. Winicki. That's a big ball there for Shannon. Lakers within 3 as Marley and Rhonda are back on. So we're not seeing Rhonda in one of those forward positions at the outset tonight, which leads me to believe that Deanne Scanlon's thinking that maybe she's just not physically fit to make a big difference at the net, but she pounds that serve home. It's essentially a winner off the service for Betsy Rhonda. 16-14. Grand Valley has gotten to 2. They haven't gotten back to within 1. Good serve there by Betsy. Outside, big bomb here again, and knocking it down with authority, Allie Cudworth. And Grand Valley does not have the answer. And if Rhonda were playing all 6 rotations, she might be going face-to-face with Allie Cudworth, but she's not at the moment. Walters. This is Marley. Not a good ball there. Just had to kind of sidearm it across. Quick flip through. Didn't work out that time for Ashland. Here comes Rhonda. Rhonda couldn't get it down. 18-14, and Deanne Scanlon will take her opening timeout. So Grand Valley has been climbing uphill the entire first set. Got off to a very poor start. Fell behind 7-3, and really since then it's just been ebb and flow, back and forth. Not much happening. Lakers have gotten to within 2 on a couple of occasions, but that's as far as it's gone. As I look across the way, I see some athletes on hand here tonight. Big Jim Walsh, the offensive lineman. I think he's over there sitting with Brandon Revenberg, his offensive line pal. And several other guys from the squad that'll be going down to Ashland to play football on Saturday. I want to remind you about that. You'll be able to see that game on the Grand Valley Sports Network at noon from Ashland. Ashland undefeated 10-0 against 9-2 Grand Valley, a first-round NCAA Division II football contest. Same 2 teams played 3 weeks ago. I think it was on Halloween, and Ashland won that game 45-31. The Lakers will be trying for a measure of revenge there, and they're hoping to get it done against an Eagles team of Lee Owens that's been just outstanding this year. Here's Ashland now on the serve. Rhonda back this way to Brower. Little touch. Brower pancaked up there by Clark, but then taken down on the block by Stacy Brower. Good staying with it by Stacy, who hit a beautiful little dink across the net. Clark managed to get her hand underneath it. Ashland kept it alive, but then Brower wins the point to give her team another hope. That's a bullet of a serve. Didn't think it was going to make it across. Look out here, it's Cudworth. This time covered. Grand Valley's going to come with Marley. Angled ball is down for Marley. 18-16. And Cass Dixon hasn't motioned yet for a timeout, but you know she's thinking about it. She'd hate to see her team let this one get away after they have been dominant throughout the set. Another great ball by Brower. Here's Cudworth again. Grand Valley got a block. Have a chance for a set here. Marley again. Going to touch it over. Oh, kept alive again. Beautiful play by Cudworth. Free opportunity here for Grand Valley. Boy, not the great ball, though, to Winicky. And now a touch across. Oh, that's just fantastic by Cudworth. Cudworth just sliced it across. Grand Valley really needed to do better there, but Grand Valley was not able to get the set it wanted. And now crisis averted for Ashland. Grand Valley's got to have this point right here. Grand Valley kept it alive somehow with Showman. It was not a good hit by Lound. Not a good play there by Grand Valley, and a free swing here for Ashland. And that is point number 20 for the Eagles. Grand Valley's just been a little bit disjointed. They've had a little bit longer time to get ready for this one. Actually, they played a couple of matches this weekend, so maybe just shaking off the doldrums. This is going to be a tough ball here for Rhonda. Going to try to hit it deep. Ashland, those got the ball they're looking for here. Big swing here. That's going to creep across the net. Grand Valley touched it back across and down by Cudworth. And really, Ashland in complete control right now here late in the first set. Leading by 5, and Grand Valley not looking at all like it's got any answers here for the Eagles. Walters, Marley, better this time for Grand Valley. Good get, though, by Casey Clark. And here's Cudworth again, but this is a point to Grand Valley on a double hit. So if Grand Valley has a chance, it has to happen right here, and it's Katie Olson back behind the line. She'd probably have to serve conservatively, at least 3 points here for Grand Valley to have a real good chance at winning this set. Here's a ball served right down the middle. That's out. Grand Valley did not get a touch at the net on the ball that was played by Metzger. So there's point number one, but even one more is not going to be enough. They need at least 2 right here to have any kind of a chance. This is coming to Cudworth. Cudworth rips it at Showman. Here's Grand Valley. Courtney Walters, hey, off a block, maybe. Now let's see if Grand Valley can get that 3rd point, but before we do, we'll find out what Ashland has planned as Cass Dixon has taken a timeout at 21-19. So Katie Olson has done the job so far, winning 2 points, but Grand Valley has been to this juncture in the past, and they have not been able to get over the hump. If they could get to within 1, they might shake the confidence of Ashland here a little bit. But really, Ashland's been pretty superior to Grand Valley here in the opening set. Tom Cleary with you tonight on the Grand Valley Sports Network. It's women's GLIAC volleyball action, first round. Tonight in Big Rapids, the number 1 seed Ferris State playing number 8 Michigan Tech. And elsewhere, Saginaw and Hillsdale, that's a 6-3 matchup. Northern Michigan is taking on Findlay. And a game being played in Ohio, so another long haul for the Wildcats. And the winners from those games will all advance. If Ferris wins tonight, the semis and finals will be almost certainly in Big Rapids on the weekend. Here we go with Katie Olson. Got one more good ball in her. This time it should be a good set outside. Oh, the touch blocked at the net. Marley surprised Rianne Neal. Somehow Marley guessed right that it was going to be a little dink, and now Grand Valley has got a chance to tie it. An unlikely scenario here. Lakers coming from 4 down. Can they get the equalizer? Double hit there. That's going to go out of play. Let's see here. That is going to tie it up at 4. I say a double hit. It was hit simultaneously by 2 players, or at least 2 players went for it. And now Katie Olson's in a position to get Grand Valley a nose in front here. Tough ball at the net, taken down by Kaylee Lown. Well, that ball set too tight to the net, and the middle blocker like Kaylee Lown loves to see that play. That ball easy for her to poach, and now Grand Valley can consolidate the lead. Let's see if Olson can keep it going. Another good serve, good topspin ball, hard one to handle. Grand Valley's done it. 23-21, it's just gone completely awry. And Ashland will take another timeout. Boy, we left them in the road for dead. Grand Valley down 21-17, and Katie Olson serves up 6 straight points for the Lakers to take the lead here now. And now Grand Valley's in a position, if they can win one more, there will be no margin of error for Ashland, even if they do get the serve back. So Grand Valley, trailing almost the entire first set, somehow found a spark, and I'm not sure really what keyed it. A lot of different people have had a hand in this rally, not the least of which has been the server, but I think the really big play was that block on the little dink by Marley that went right down to the floor. Ashland hurt itself once when 2 players bumped while going for a ball. They couldn't get it across in 3. And then that last point that we saw, giving Grand Valley a 2-point lead. So Olson proving her value in there. She's out there right now with Showman, Rhonda, Walters, Kaylee Lown, another senior, and Jessica Marley continues on. So it's a very veteran group right now for the Lakers. Depending here on the sophomore from Peoria, Illinois. Katie Olson going to take her time, gets the whistle, ready to deliver, just wants to put it in play, and does. What are they going to come up with? It's a block again by Loud right in the middle of the court, and now Grand Valley is at set point. What a turnaround here for the Lakers, and what a service run this could end up being for Katie Olson. Can Ashland somehow regroup? They're going to go to Cudworth. Cudworth off the block, and that's a shame for Grand Valley. Grand Valley got a touch at the net, and they had players backtracking to retrieve there, but Cudworth delivers, and Allie Cudworth is now back behind the line, but she's got to make it happen at least twice here. Big jump serve. Grand Valley's got it. They're coming to Loud. Oh, Loud should have taken a swing at that one. And that's off the block. No, it's out of play, and Grand Valley miraculously comes back in set number one, winning 25-22 in a set in which they were just completely outplayed until the first 38 points of that set. Grand Valley had all sorts of difficulty. They were knocking balls long. They weren't getting to balls that didn't look that tough, but suddenly they came alive, and really the hero of the first set for Grand Valley is Katie Olson, who comes in and absolutely, totally delivers. Katie Olson had 7 straight points at 21-17 against, got it to 24-21. Cudworth stopped the bleeding momentarily for Ashland, but then Grand Valley got that final point, and I thought that was a little bit in dispute. It was a good set at the net, and the ball sailed wide. I thought it might have been touched by the blocker, but right in front and to the open side of the lead official, looked at it and said, nothing doing. So Grand Valley wins the first set 25-22. Great work, though, done by Katie Olson, serving up 7 straight points with her team on the brink. Grand Valley went from 17-21 down to 24-21 ahead. Ashland got 1 point to get the serve back, but with Cudworth in the back row, Grand Valley was able to defend and get the point to win the first set. Well, Grand Valley has had some problems finishing this year. They've lost 5 setters to Findlay and Ferris State. The loss to Ferris State especially tough. It was here in Allendale, and Grand Valley won the first 2 sets and was close in all the other 3, but just couldn't get over the hump against the GLIAC regular season champion, Ferris, which was 17-1 in league play, 28-2 overall. And even though Grand Valley is only seeded 6th among the GLIAC teams in terms of regional rankings, they are a team that has given Ferris plenty of trouble and has won 3 sets in 2 matches against Ferris, and really didn't look out of sorts against the Bulldogs in either of the 2 matches that were played in conference play this year. So Grand Valley wins the opener 25-22. Surprising outcome for the Lakers, who have had some problems fading late in sets and in matches this year, but not this time. They got dialed in just in time, and now Ashland maybe feeling a little bit shaken. Grand Valley gets Brower out and Showman's on, and we're going to wait to get the libero, Caitlin Bean, the freshman, in, and she'll replace Samantha Zuber here to start this second set. And it will be Mallory Slider serving first here. Showman, not a great ball. They're coming just a little pop across the net for Betsy Ronda. Great block. Grand Valley with Courtney Walters at the net. Grand Valley moves on top 1-0. Grand Valley now serving with Brooke Smith. Ball down the middle, and that's a big blast there from Audrey Metzger to tie it at 1. Grand Valley, Loud, boy, she was spiked there. Taken down by Riley Scott, who's just down, the junior from Orville. Makes it 2-1 in favor of Ashland. Got up with Kaylee Loud, which is not easy to do. That's Brooke Smith. Grand Valley's going to come outside to Walters. Played way up into the air by Slider. From the back, Grand Valley's handled that. Here's Winicki. Winicki, ball deep into the court there. Very nearly got down, but Grand Valley's there to cover. Courtney Walters coming from the outside. Too severe of an angle there for Courtney. Didn't have a lot of room to play to. This is taken now by Olson. Showman, here's Walters, better angle this time. Oh, that's an afterthought shot that kept it going for Ashland. And this time it's Walters who's able to knock it past Casey Clark and the Eagles to make it 2-2. With Lound coming out and Stacy Brower back in. So Taylor Shulman, senior from Grand Rapids, serving right now. Up the middle they come. That's a great block by Brower, who sent one back there on Metzger. 3-2 Grand Valley. Shulman. Oh, just missed with that one. Taylor Shulman hit a bullet up the line, and it was close, not up by more than 4 or 5 inches. Here's Bean now serving. And that ball not played very well by Grand Valley. Free opportunity here, and a big knock and through the block and down for Ashland. Well, the mistake was made at the outset. Not the mistake, but just a miss hit by Brooke Smith, who was not able to keep that ball on her side of the net. They're going to serve Shulman, who does this time. Here's Brower. Brower just had to touch it. That might work, and it does. Bean did not get the play she was looking for, and we are tied at 4. Kaylin Walters trying to drop one in the court this time. She's been a little heavy on the hit here to start. That is going to work off the net, but a lot of topspin on it. Grand Valley had blockers up, but not enough to stifle Samantha Zuber. 5-4 Ashland. Here's the service now from Aguayo. This is Winicki. Just over from Winicki. Boy, Winicki is a dynamic athlete, the player you can look at for the future for Grand Valley, probably a replacement for Rhonda, because great leaping ability and good power. Grand Valley's going back to Brower. They figured it out that time. Winicki couldn't set it, though. And here's the smash down through the block again for Samantha Zuber. So Grand Valley with some defensive problems. This is Winicki, blocked. Good get there, though, by Grand Valley's Brooke Smith. Big swing there. Ball handled again by Smith. Grand Valley get what they are looking for, but Winicki mistimed her. Actually, it was Brower mistimed her jump, and that ball is out. Point to Grand Valley at 7-5. Marley and Rhonda back in. So Grand Valley trailing by 2. Rhonda back to serve. Good serve by Betsy. Here's the big swing through the block and down. Another point for Samantha Zuber. Grand Valley has gotten people up there with her, but they have just not been able to redirect and get that ball back over the net. 8-5. This is Casey Clark with the swerve and the hit. Walters, good play there. Grand Valley with Marley. Touchdown. Outside, Cudworth. Shulman, going to be a jump ball here. That ball sailed out to Grand Valley. We'll give a lot of credit to Taylor Shulman, who made that play happen. She kept it alive, and then with the free swing, an Ashland misfire as we look at Brower. At 8-6 Ashland. Brower top spins it in. They're coming outside to Cudworth again. Just not much you can do with that power. Ashland sticking to a basic game. They've returned service a little bit better than Grand Valley, getting good sets, and they've had some people belting away from the outside to make it 9-6. This is Rhonda. Big smash there, and a good ball by Kaylee Lound deep into the open spot and back. Lakers within 2 as Bean gets back on for Ashland. Deep serve there, not played very well. Cudworth going to take a crack at it. Good dive there made by Olsen. Rhonda coming up the middle. Well taken there by Aguayo. Here's Cudworth again. Oh, Betsy could have let that go. It was going out of the court, and she knows it. Just couldn't resist that big swing from Cudworth. Took it about head high. That ball would have barely stayed in the building. But that's what power does for you. 10-7 Ashland. Ashland completely dominated the first set. A little drop here. Grand Valley's got it covered. Walters just wants to play some kind of a ball, and she leaned back, and just not much there for Grand Valley. Offensively, this is the same problem Grand Valley had against Ferris in the last 3 sets. They just couldn't get a lot of offense going on the corners from their outside hitters. Well, Lound was set too low that time, and now Cudworth is just going to eat one up, but she was blocked by Lound and Marley over there. Haven't seen that happen very often. Grand Valley will return here with Winicki, and also Brooke Smith coming back in. Marley goes out and Rhonda goes out. Brooke Smith, Clark from the back, Cudworth. She'll rip at it from anywhere. Cudworth makes it 12-8, and Grand Valley can't relax here because I don't think they ever really found their game in the first set. Cudworth, big hit here, and that's not a good ball for the Lakers. It comes across on the dig, and Grand Valley gets a break this time, though, as Shannon Winicki got up there and played a beautiful ball defensively off the attacker from Ashland, and Grand Valley able to stem the tide, at least momentarily, as Taylor Showman goes back. Set coming outside, Clark, blocked. Grand Valley's got to recover. Winicki took a big swing at that one. Cudworth probably shouldn't have played it. That is just long. Grand Valley gets the point at 12-10. And again, good fortune for Grand Valley. They didn't play that point especially well and somehow managed to keep it going. Showman again, good service here. Up the middle, Grand Valley gets a point again. Double hit, and the Lakers within 1 now. So we have seen Ashland race off to big leads in each of the first 2 sets, and they got pegged back in a big way in the set before this one, and now Grand Valley has a chance to tie at 12 with Showman. Showman, good ball, not played really well by Cudworth. Outside, Clark is just going to try to smash it across. Grand Valley saw that coming. Caitlin Walters thought that Clark maybe telegraphed that shot. It was just going to be a defensive shot. Caitlin got up and smashed it right down to the floor. The Lakers are with a chance now to take the lead at 13-12. Showman, Cudworth played it. Looked like it was going wide. Clark through the block and down for Ashland, 13-12. This is Caitlin Walters, taken by Bean. Outside Clark, tried to dink this one. Grand Valley got up and they got it back over. Oh, and it's down. How about that? Crazy shot right there, and timeout taken by Cass Dixon. A wild rally there for Grand Valley. 2 shots that the Lakers didn't seem to know anything about. Walters just got in the way of that last ball. Not only did she get it across the net, she angled it onto the floor. So Grand Valley tied at 13-all. And the timeout taken by Ashland here in set number 2 after Grand Valley won the opener 25-22. Down 21-17 in the late going. Katie Olson ran off 7 straight service points, and the Lakers stunned Ashland in that opening game here in the best of 5. If you're a GLIAC fan of volleyball, the semis and finals of the conference tournament will be this weekend. You would have to guess that the likely locale for that will be Big Rapids. Ferris State playing at home tonight against Michigan Tech. Number 1 against number 8, but really Tech is not a bad side. Just outside the regional rankings, 19-11 for the year. So don't count it as done and dusted for the Bulldogs. They're going to have their own battle tonight and are probably in it right now. That ball is a service ace for Caitlin Walters, and that makes her feel good. Her first serve of the night was about 10 feet out of the court, and she's gotten a little more dialed in, and Grand Valley, just as it did in the first set, has come from way back to take a lead. Walters, well, that was bad, Caitlin, that time. That went a little bit long, a yard or two at least, and trotting back behind the line is Jordan Mackay, a freshman from Hudson, Ohio, in for the first time here tonight. Big run up, big high throw, and kind of a lollipop serve. Grand Valley wants to get the ball to Winicki. That is into the set and down for the Lakers. Rifled that one at Zuber, who was right up there with her, but Zuber could not redirect it. Lakers up by 1. Rhonda's back on now to serve for Grand Valley along with Marley. They're out there with Olsen and Brower, Walters and Showman. Big swing here. Oh, it's through the block. Grand Valley can't be happy about that one. It was not a great hit by Samantha Zuber, and it kind of bounced off the hand and I think the head of Stacy Brower before it trickled to the floor. We are tied at 15. Here's Clark, circular run. Rhonda pretty tight to the net, and that's going to be a point to Grand Valley. I think Cass Dixon wanted an explanation on that from the referee, who is not really paying much attention. Lakers up by 1. Here's Brower, big ball there. Great get, good set to Cudworth. Good touch by the Lakers. Can Olsen get the set? They do to Kaylee Lown. Great coordination, one of the best points of the night for Grand Valley. Got a good block, good dig, good set, and then the finish by Kaylee Lown. Good service, too, I should add, by Brower. Just likes to rip that ball in, and that was the high, hard one that Ashland didn't chase. 17-16 Lakers, who won the opening set. Zuber into the net. It goes. We haven't seen that very much. Bean is back on. And this is going to be Katie Olsen, the serving hero of the first set. Flops one in here. Aguayo outside Cudworth. Going to take a rip, and she's covered here. Kaylee Lown got up in the path of that shot and turned it down. Now the Lakers are 1 from 20. And in a much better position than they were just a couple of minutes ago. And it's Olsen serving. Cudworth is going to keep this alive. Free opportunity for Grand Valley. Rhonda, here's the ball to Lown. Lown did not get the shot she was looking for. What do we have here, though? Point to Grand Valley, and now another timeout taken by Cass Dixon here with Grand Valley now in a position to move 2 sets up. And what an unlikely story that would be for Grand Valley, which played abysmally to start the first set. Trailed by 3 or 4 points most of the way until Katie Olsen got it revved up at the end. Then Grand Valley in this set was down, I think, 3, perhaps 4 at one point. And now they lead by 4 at 20-16. Well, Grand Valley definitely needs to win this match because their likely opponent in the next round would be Ferris. If Grand Valley were to play Ferris and did not win in the semis, you would think that the NCAA Tournament Committee might take a look at an overall record of 20-11 and say, well, 3 of those losses were to arguably the top team in the country. And they might do just enough here if they win this one to get into the NCAA Tournament. And certainly they'd like to have a 20-win season. It is, as usual, Katie Olsen behind the service line, well behind the line here as Grand Valley begins or continues its comeback, but that is a flopper there from Katie. And now the Eagles will serve it up through Mallory Slider. Mackay is back in. Good serve there. Walters. Olsen. Big belt. Kaylee Lown. Well, Kaylee Lown is a levitator out there. She seems to get up into the air and hang. Rhonda comes out. Winicki is back in. Marley goes out as well. And here is Brooke Smith at 21-17. Nothing is certain at 21-17. That's what Ashland had a lead of in the last game before losing. That is Cudworth. Almost took off the head of Showman. Grand Valley, will they return it? Oh, they will. Great get by the Lakers. Oh, and Grand Valley wins the point. How about Showman getting in the way of that ball and a huge smile on her face, and Grand Valley chased it all the way down to the basketball end line that you see at the end of the court. Got it across, and then win the point to go 22-17. Here's Brooke Smith. Good low ball here outside. Cudworth is going to smash at it anyway, but Marley's there. Showman, Brooke Smith through the block, and down. 23-17 Lakers. And now another substitution as Rianne Neal gets in, and Riley Scott goes out. Boy, Brooke Smith could really ease the anxiety if she can win one more point here for Grand Valley. This is a good setup, though, for Cudworth. That came all the way back across the net. Free opportunity here, but they just had a free opportunity. Cudworth again. Out of the court. Point to Grand Valley at 24-17. Now, if there's been a turnaround for Grand Valley, it's been their ability to get in the way of some rocketed shots and keep the point alive. And then Ashland a couple times is just self-destructed. Game point for Grand Valley. Close to the net it comes. And that'll do it for the Lakers as they take the second by the score of 25-17. So Grand Valley rallies late twice, and we're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to lock it down on the scoreboard for you right here, and we'll take a moment's rest and come back to continue our broadcast of this GLIAC Volleyball Tournament opener on the Grand Valley Sports Network. All right, here we go for set number 3 tonight in Allendale on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Tom Cleary with you, your host for the action, as the Lakers try to make it a sweep here. First ball served up by Katie Olson. Here's the big swing. The ball came across. No, they're going to say that ball hit the deck. Olson made a diving attempt there, actually knocked it back across, and here we go again with Ashland taking an early lead, and we'll see if they can make one of these early leads hold up. That's going to be a second straight point, and really that's been the problem for Grand Valley much of the night tonight. They haven't been great at returning serve, and there have been a lot of open areas out there for Ashland to serve into, it seems like. This time Rhonda gets underneath one. This is going to be Jessica Marley. Oh, a complete mishit. That ball hit her in the palm, and it just dribbled over the net underneath the block, and the Lakers get a break there. Winnicky is back on right now. And into serve is Brooke Smith. Clark, Cudworth coming for the rip, and Grand Valley covers it. Courtney Walters got there on 17 and knocked that ball down. Grand Valley ties it at 2 here with Brooke Smith back behind the line. Lakers have won the first two, 25-22, 25-17. Serving this time to Aguayo. Here's Cudworth. Cudworth fires wide. That's good recognition there by Katie Olson. I don't know if she could have done much about it, but she was on the line. She had it covered, and she was just confident that that ball was going to sail wide. Grand Valley looking for a little run here. Outside it comes, not a great ball. Free chance for the Lakers. Good set, Lound, covered by Aguayo. Cudworth. Oh, Cudworth off the block of Courtney Walters, and Katie Olson couldn't get there. So finally a little bit of good fortune for the Eagles to tie it at 3. And Aguayo will leave, and Jordan Mackay, the freshman, is on right now, playing up front in the middle. Good hard serve there, covered by Showman. Here is Winnicky, just a little dink across, but that was covered by Slider. Cudworth is just going to send it across. Grand Valley looking for Lound, and Lound just went too hard on that one. Boy, she had all day and had a scoring shot in her sights, but just ripped it through the court. 4-3 Ashland. Grand Valley with Lound there. Lound this time played it just right. The little touch by Kaylee Lound, who's just an explosive, dynamic jumper. Talking to Deanne Scanlon last week, and she said that Kaylee Lound loves animals, and she has a pet snake. And that was about the end of that conversation. This is a bad ball by Showman into the net. 5-4 Ashland. Kaylee Lound is sort of undersized for a middle blocker, but her vertical makes up for that. Showman just barely blocked this one. Grand Valley will be able to get it across through Brower, but it's a free ball for Ashland, and outside they come. They dink it, and it's great. What a shot by Riley Scott, who saw 2 blockers there. And really, the Grand Valley back line in that situation, when they see people going for a block like that, they could be a little quicker getting up into the play to defend against that shot. Good take by Courtney Walters. Here's Brower through a double block. Lakers within 1 at 6-5. Again, that's Brower. That's a shot that not many other players make just because she has such an arm swing, so much power. She just drives people's arms right back. Good serve here by Courtney Walters. Good set down the middle. Cudworth. That was actually Jordan Mackay, not Cudworth. 7-5 Ashland. This is Caitlin Bean, the libero, getting set to serve now. Walters. Olson. Well, not a good set to Brower. Again, the ball nowhere near the net. Wasn't a particularly difficult serve to handle, and it wasn't a very good set at all. And Olson was, I should say, Brower was nowhere near where she needed to be. That's not going to work out. That's going to sail wide. 8-5, and Grand Valley off to another sluggish start here. Let's see if they can do something here. Walters, that's awfully close to the net. Grand Valley kept it alive. Winnicky sent it over. Down the middle they come. Grand Valley got the block through Brower. Brower not able to poach there. Samantha Zuber, and Deanne Scanlon wants a timeout. Her team is just lackadaisical at the start of this third set. And if you're Deanne Scanlon, you're probably thinking about what happened in the Ferris match. Grand Valley managed to claw out a couple of early victories against Ferris and then really started poorly in the third set. Ferris got momentum and never let it go to win that second match that was here in Allendale just a couple of weeks ago. So Grand Valley trying to make it 3 straight against an Ashland team that completely dominated most of game 1 and was ahead for more than half of the second game before caving in. This time, though, Ashland looks a little bit more determined. They don't want to go home this quickly. And sometimes in volleyball, you'll see a situation where a team will win the first 2 sets, and then they get that 5-minute break, and you think it would normally help anybody, but it often robs the momentum from the team that's won the first 2 sets. The other team has a chance to regroup. The team that was hot cools off a little bit. So Caitlin Bean steps up here. Caitlin Walters. This is Winicki. Oh, Winicki's a passionate player. She's got a lot of drive and determination. She dialed up a great shot there to make it 10-6. Here's Rhonda back on. Only playing about half the time here tonight. Rhonda got a good serve off. Outside, no, it's going to be a point to Grand Valley. I think they're saying that Mallory Slider got into the net. 10-7, chance for Betsy here, who doesn't want to lose at home in her final match. Good set coming down the middle. Good block by Brower, covering her fellow freshman, Jordan Mackay. And you could see Brower got up that time. Mackay had to reach back and really didn't have a good shot at that ball at all. Rhonda can get Grand Valley within 1. Good service there. Outside they come. Clark, and again, Grand Valley's got the front row coming up for the block. They've got the back row backing up, and there's just way too much space in the middle of the court. And somebody's got to be able to read that a little bit better and come up and get that ball into play. Oh, Rhonda didn't get a good touch on this one. Marley's going to take a whack anyway. That's Cudworth back there. Here's Clark. Clark is blocked down. It's Stacy Brower to make it 11-9, and now Kaylee Lound will get back in. Showman comes out. They got Kaylee Lound up front in the middle, and it's Stacy Brower back to serve. Brower rips one in here that Clark has to play. Clark is going to get another shot at it. Grand Valley is back. Grand Valley does a good job to keep it alive. Rhonda blocked. Rhonda kept it going. Lound left hands it. That ball could have been left go by Aguayo. And here's Casey Clark again. That ball is sailing wide, and the point to the Lakers to make it 11-10. Just when Grand Valley looks like they're starting to fade, they find the magic again. Here's Brower. Another bullet just wide. Well, Clark got over there right on the line, and she was confident of where she was at on the court. Able to watch that one come up just inches outside the boundary. Clark has got an interesting service game. Doesn't really hit it all that hard. This time a little bit more on it. Grand Valley's going to Marley. Marley off the block. Clark is there. Outside they come. Grand Valley blocked it down, and that's a point for the Lakers. And Cass Dixon, I think, questioning whether or not that ball got down into the court. That was right in front. Oh, they're saying that ball touched the Ashland player in the head after the block by Marley. And Dixon a little bit frustrated. I can understand it. It looked to me like the ball was clearly out, but the man that made the call was literally a couple of feet away. Now Marley, actually Katie Olson serving again. Cudworth. Oh, Cudworth. Right at Katie Olson. Katie Olson got it back across, but it didn't stay in play. 13-11 Ashland. Ashland's not giving up lightly. Courtney Walters, good one this time. Lound, blocked. That ball was just not set properly, I don't think, for Lound, and she did not get the full extension. Riley Scott turned it away, 14-11. Courtney Walters, where are they going with this one? They're going to go to Rhonda up the middle. Rhonda is covered by Zuber. Cudworth Drops it down, and again, that's happened throughout the match. Grand Valley racing to block, which they have to do, but just a lack of coordination between the front and the back, and all kinds of open space for Cudworth there. And Ashland's up by 4 here in the third, trailing 2-0. Better from Courtney Walters now, and Marley drills one through Clark. Jessica Marley elevates there to keep her team close. Winicky and Brooke Smith back on. Brooke Smith had a nice service run in the last set. That ball is not going to get it done this time. It's just one of those things that coaches have to learn to live with, because you got to have a certain amount of velocity on it most of the time. If you don't, it's going to be too easy of a play. So you just have to live with the mistakes. Down the middle comes Lound. That's easy there for Bean. Outside, the big knock. It was off the block of Winicky. And Jordan Mackay gets the point. Shannon Winicky not able to really do much with that, and now it's a 5-point deficit. Grand Valley's going to try to get Rhonda back in here. That ball played awfully close to the net, and that's no good for Grand Valley. And again, not a very good serve, and played very poorly by Grand Valley. And Betsy Rhonda's going to climb back into the match here for Shannon Winicky. Where are they going with the serve? Showman. Are they going outside to Rhonda? Rhonda's going to take it deep. Clark was there. She read that. This is not good for Ashland. Showman. Grand Valley. Boy, that ball, it's a very tough call there. The libero went for it, and if the ball hit the floor before she gets there, it's out. But if it hit her while it was in the air, she couldn't keep it in the court. Now Ashland about to put one away here. Smith not making a good play here. Walters just lobs to the back. Grand Valley gets a much-needed block, though, by Kaylee Lound to make it 19-13. And can Grand Valley catch lightning in a bottle again? It seems unlikely. Showman back to serve. Out there with Olsen, Brooke Smith. Rhonda stays on. Brower, Courtney Walters. That's better for Showman. Set by Slider. That's out of court. That's the first step. Touch off the block, they say. Just a touch. Jason Johnson can't believe it. They're not going to change the call. It didn't look to me like anybody touched it. But Deanne Scanlon was saying, the referee is saying it hit her hair, pointing to her shoulder. It looked to me like it was a ball that was hit a little bit wide, but certainly it's happening at high speed and not easy to see. And now that ball is not covered by Brooke Smith again. And now Ashland can just about walk it home from here in the third set. And Deanne Scanlon's still upset about that last call. Don't think it would make a difference in terms of this game, because Grand Valley's gotten outplayed pretty decisively. This is Allie Cudworth, probably the best all-around player for Ashland. Here's Rhonda going to try to crank it up into the hands of Mackay, and that might be an indication of just what ails Betsy Rhonda, because in the old days, she would have been flying high and delivering a kill there. Grand Valley has fallen behind 22-13, and the Lakers now are almost resigned to the fact that this one's going to go to a fourth set tonight against the Ashland Eagles. Grand Valley won the first in most unlikely fashion, 25-22, trailing 21-17 at one late juncture before Katie Olson served 7 straight points. Grand Valley trailed a good part of the second set before winning 25-17. They actually played a lot better toward the end of the second set. And now in the third, they have not ever really gotten it completely together. They started out very poorly in all 3 sets. Fell behind in this one 10-5, and Ashland just decided it was not going to give up without a fight. So now Ashland with a chance to pretty much run this one home. Smith, Showman, Rhonda, Walters, Olsen, and Brower. Allie Cudworth serving now for the Eagles, wearing the yellow jerseys tonight and black. Cudworth. And ball's covered there by the libero. Good play by Bean. Clark. This time Katie Olson got there, and here comes Brooke Smith down the middle. What do we have here? Point to the Lakers, and what is that all about? That ball was just heaved into the way back behind the Laker line. That almost looked like a little peak of temper from Casey Clark, but she was just throwing it back to the ball girl back there. And now Grand Valley brings in Kayleen Norris for the first time, freshman from LaPorte, serving specialist. Kind of flopped one up there. Down the middle comes Ashland. Grand Valley still got a chance. Showman, though, just has to send it across defensively. Here's Clark, covered. Rhonda. That's Cudworth. Mackay. Grand Valley with a chance here. Well, didn't get the ball they wanted. Not a good set again. And this point will go to Ashland. Had it all teed up, ready to go, but the ball was just too low for Stacy Brower. It's 23-14, and now pretty much just a formality as Bean serves Showman. That's a little dink across. That finally works. Katie Olson saw some open territory there. Brooke Smith comes out. Jessica Marley's on. And Betsy Ronda would have to pull several rabbits out of the hat here. Her team is behind a mile. Might as well just go for it. Clark. Oh, great get there by Kayleen Norris. Ronda from the back. Into the net it goes, 24-15, and now no margin of error for the Lakers. As Aguayo gets in, and Mackay, who had a little bit of an influence in that set, departs, one would think, for the final time in this set. Outside it comes to Marley. Marley's ball is taken by Cudworth. Big collision at the net here. Grand Valley can set it. Marley, now that's way too hard. And it's a point to Ashland to make it 25-15, and Ashland stays alive after Grand Valley had won the first two. So the two teams will switch ends again, and we'll get right back at it for set number 4 here. Can Grand Valley get it back, or will this be a night like the one we saw against Ferris a few weeks ago, where Grand Valley went up 2 sets early, only to get pegged back by the Bulldogs in that one? Well, you can tell Grand Valley is a little different side tonight, with Rhonda not playing all 6 rotations as usual. And it's just a question of whether or not they can fill in the gaps. Betsy has played, I would say, more in a defensive role here tonight. She did get up and get some opportunities to hit from the outside in the second half of that last set, but for the most part, she's been limited. And Grand Valley has had a hard time finding the offense. A lot of their points tonight have been as a result of great defense and just getting to some unlikely balls. It's been kind of a funny match. I don't think either team has shown their best stuff for any extended period of time. Ashland had a lot of great moments in the first set. Grand Valley's best volleyball came probably from the halfway point on of the second set. And in the third, I don't think it was anything Ashland really did all that well. It was just that Grand Valley really suffered a big drop-off after the 5-minute intermission break between the first 2 sets. Now the Lakers will try to get it back. And I think for Grand Valley tonight, we're going to have to see some play here in the 4th set from Shannon Winicky, who was an offensive force earlier, but gave way to Rhonda for a better portion of that 3rd set. Grand Valley will start again with both Olson and Showman on the floor. They've got Rhonda out there and back with Brower, Marley. Well, Brower's out there right now, but she's going to leave. And up front, Caitlin Walters and Kaylee Loud. So now's the time when the Grand Valley seniors would like to make it happen here. They do not want to have a final memory of the 2015 season be a defeat in the tournament on their home court against the Ashland Eagles. Ashland will serve here to start the fourth set. It will be Casey Clark, the junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. Almost looks like she's getting ready to take a free throw there. Feet split apart, dribbling low. Sends it in. That's covered by Rhonda. Grand Valley's coming outside Marley. That'll work. Big knock through the block. That one jumped up on Samantha Zuber and also Cudworth and sailed out of court. So Grand Valley, I think for the first time tonight, has scored the first point of a set. Lakers on top, 1-0. This will be Brooke Smith back to serve for Grand Valley. Clark outside Cudworth. Cudworth, big knock. That one was covered by Katie Olson. Here comes Brooke Smith, one of her best balls of the night. Barely gotten to, but a double hit by Ashland and Grand Valley. Well, they'd love to see 3 or 4 here at the outset to make up for the malaise they've been suffering early in sets. Clark kind of flung herself at that ball. Cudworth. Grand Valley was ready this time. Olson, Showman, Walters. Clark is in back. Here's the little touch by Zuber. Oh, and Grand Valley really misplayed that ball. They guessed right and just played it simply right back over the net. It was an easy slam. And Ashland gets a break at 2-0. Referee's whistle stops the play momentarily for Samantha Zuber. Good serve there. Showman. Grand Valley's coming outside to Walters. Good play. Ashland, great work to get that one back across. Grand Valley's coming with Lown again. Ashland's going to keep it alive. No. Diving attempt by Melanie Aguayo. Couldn't quite get there. Grand Valley 3, Ashland 1. And here's Brower on for Lound. Showman to serve for the Lakers. Grand Valley won the first 25-22, the second 25-17. Ashland 25-15 in the third. Cudworth, wow, what a play by Showman. Grand Valley gets a pretty good set for Winnicki through a block. Grand Valley's got a free shot here. They got to keep their nerve, and they're coming with Brower, and again, a poor set. She had to just play a defensive shot. Boy, Showman is there again. Can Grand Valley make it happen with Winnicki? This is close to the net. Oh, Grand Valley was up there for the block, but Ashland dribbled it across. And Ashland closes to 3-2. Walters. Clark on Brower. Jump ball here and slam dunk by Stacy Brower. Got up with both hands and just heaved that one down to the ground. 4-2 with Caitlin Walters. Well, Kate had a service ace in the last set. Let's see if she can dial something like that up again. Good deep serve here, handled by Bean. Outside shot. Oh, Caitlin Walters. You know, it's instinctive you go for that ball, but there's just absolutely no way she was ever going to get there, and I think that ball probably would have sailed out. The big hit, though, made by Riley Scott. And this ball is into the net, but Grand Valley gets it across. Brooke Smith there after Olson retrieved that point. Lakers have a chance now. Got to keep their nerve. And did not get the ball for Brower they were looking for. Here's Casey Clark. And again, there's the problem for Grand Valley all night long. Blockers going at the net. Everybody else backing up. And instinctively, I think it's probably got to be the player in the middle of the court who's got to get there and make that play. Walters coming up from behind. Nice get there by Mallory Slider. Here's Mackay. Well, not going to work this time. People were there. Stacy Brower was blocked rather handily to make it 5-4 Ashland. And that is a deep serve from Cudworth. It gives Grand Valley a little bit of a break that they were looking for. Rhonda's back on. Winnicki goes out along with Smith, and Marley's in as well. Tied at 5 here. Rhonda, good top spin ball. Cudworth didn't get what she was looking for, but she's cranking anyway. Right back at Rhonda. Lakers coming to Marley. Boy, what a get by Cudworth. What a good all-around player. Grand Valley got to get a better set here. Kate Walters coming from the back, and that time the knockdown on Cudworth. Cudworth laid herself out, but couldn't get the left hand underneath. 6-5 Grand Valley. Rhonda wearing the black 6 tonight. Serves Cudworth, not a good ball. Cudworth is coming from behind. 2 players coming. What a break that was. Showman missed that ball. 2 players actually swung at that one. And it was Cudworth who was kind of in the way on that play. But the ball got over the net and into the court to tie it at 6. Caitlin Bean. That's wide to the left. Grand Valley's got Lound in there right now in the middle. With Olson and Marley, Rhonda, Walters, Brower, the server. That's too easy that time. Samantha Zuber came right down the middle, got a good set from Mallory Slider. Ashland ties at 7. This is Aguayo again. Rhonda, good ball up front. Here comes Kaylee Lown, and that works. Grand Valley seems to be a team that does a little bit better at the net when they've got people moving side to side. They've got some versatile athletes. Brower is quicker on her feet than you'd think. And Kaylee Lown can really get up. Oh, not a good ball there. That's going to be played back to Clark. Clark takes a rip at it. That one's in the rafters. Not a problem, but Grand Valley's not going to get much of a shot at it. Easy opportunity here for Casey Clark, and bombs it down to make it 8-8. Emotionally, Grand Valley's just got to get plugged in and find a spark here. Leading 2-1, but Ashland's had the momentum. Clark, Rhonda. Grand Valley's going to Marley. That one's not coming back. 9-8 Lakers. Winicky and Brooke Smith back in for Marley and Rhonda. So Smith is at the back. Shannon Winicky is up front. And the Lakers looking for a 2-point lead. Slider, good ball, Cudworth. Oh my goodness gracious. That ball was set too far outside. Cudworth tried to adjust and cut it over with her left hand. That's how far away from her body it was. Lakers have opened up a 2-point lead. Brooke Smith serving at 10-8. Good deep ball here. Bean. They got to go to Cudworth. Why not? Oh, Cudworth blocked. Caitlin Walters got up to reject that effort. Grand Valley by 3. Grand Valley's had a couple long service runs in this match. One belonging to Olson, the other one to this player, Brooke Smith. This is kind of tight to the net. Oh, great get there by Katie Olson. Here's Shannon Winicky. Winicky with the drive to make it a 12-8 Grand Valley lead, and Ashland takes a timeout. So great play there by Shannon Winicky. And the Lakers up by 4, their biggest lead here in the fourth set. Grand Valley won the first 25-22, the second 25-17. But it was all Ashland in the third set, coming back to win 25-15. The real turnaround in this match, though, occurred in the first set when Grand Valley was gasping and out of ideas at 21-17 down. Ashland looked comfortable. Katie Olson came in and served up 7 straight to make it 24-21. Ashland won 1 point back, but then the Lakers completed the comeback with the final point of the set. And Grand Valley was in a good position, it seemed, after 2 sets. But after the break, Ashland got its batteries recharged. And the Eagles, who will face Grand Valley in football, I shouldn't say these Eagles, but I should say Ashland, which will face Grand Valley in football on Saturday, trying to get the road victory here in West Michigan. Grand Valley's got Lound, Walters, Winicky, Katie Olson, Brooke Smith, and Showman. This is not a real sizable group out there for Grand Valley. In fact, no 6-footers on the floor right now. This ball is taken. Grand Valley coming to Caitlin Walters. Can she deliver? That ball, nope, they're not going to get there. That ball was almost into the ladder for the net judge. And Cudworth didn't really quite know what to do with it. She touched it on, but her Her teammates kind of froze. Grand Valley up 5 now, and here is Smith. Grand Valley's got an untied boot belonging to Taylor Shulman. And she says now she's okay. So here's Brooke Smith again, looking to extend the Grand Valley lead of 5. That's not a good ball there. Lown went for it. Oh, it worked. She got the slam dunk. I thought at times this year Grand Valley would get balls like that and play too quickly, but that was just quickly enough for Kaylee Lown. Lakers by a half dozen. Brooke Smith continuing on the run. Aguayo. Oh, good get there by Katie Olson. Shulman. Winicky. Outside, Cudworth. Oh, yeah, that's some heat right there. Got to admire Cudworth's work tonight again. 6 rotation player and good at all of them. 14-9 Lakers. Tight to the net. Grand Valley's coming back this way. Shannon Winicky. This ball's going to sail out of play. Cudworth went back for it, but she really had no play on that ball. Even if she had gotten back there, I don't know if she would possibly been able to knock that one back over to her side. 15-9 Grand Valley. Shulman to serve. Shulman twice tonight has been into the net on her service. Substitution now. Mackay is back in. Aguayo goes out for Ashland. It was a big point there for Grand Valley to build a little bit of momentum. Could have built the lead to 7. Instead, it's 5. Grand Valley's going to come to Kate Walters. That's covered by Casey Clark. But Grand Valley not able to handle it at the net. I thought Brower was going to be able to make the block there. It's 15-11. Grand Valley's got to summon up some resolve right here and get back on the beam. They moments ago could have built a 7-point lead. Oh, that's just a terrible play right there for the Lakers. Just not appearing ready for that service, and Kaylin Walters missed an easy ball, 15-12. So from maybe 15-9, now it's a 3-point game. Walters not with a great return there, and here's Brooke Smith at the net. That might work out for the Lakers. Very, very fortunate there. That ball was in the sights of Riley Scott, who tried to poach one at the net, and she just knocked it to the floor. Lakers up by 4 now. And here's where Caitlin Walters really needs to get one in play. Good service there. Cudworth blocked by Brower. Brooke Smith is going to have to send it deep. Not handled especially well, but they got it to Cudworth. Oh, what a get by Shulman. Winicky. Grand Valley has a chance to set. Brooke Smith. Deep ball down, and the Lakers get the point at 17-12. That's a risky shot by Brooke Smith. She took a big swing from the middle of the court. Made it happen. Caitlin Walters serving Clark. Oh my goodness, Cudworth completely overcooked that one. Looked like she was trying to take out somebody's computer there at the scorer's table. And that went right past a couple of people with some big money hardware. Kate Walters, can she get another one? Just missing outside was Kate there. It's 18-13 now. And here is Cudworth. Boy, they're putting it on their star right now. Kate Walters, pretty good return. Grand Valley's got time, can still set. Brooke Smith, and that's into the face of Brower after the block at the net by Riley Scott. Cudworth again. Taylor Shulman getting ready. That ball sailed on her a little bit. Kate Walters, Cudworth covered it. Outside, Clark. Boy, Kate got underneath that one, and again, it's that dead spot between the net and the service line that has just confounded Grand Valley tonight. They have not been able to figure that out. They've got rushers, blockers rushing to the net, and nobody stepping into the void there to get those little cut shots that are coming back at them. Grand Valley now leading by just 3. And Ashland looking dangerous again here in the 4th set. Grand Valley leading 2-1. pretty much a must-win situation for Grand Valley here tonight as far as the NCAA tournament is concerned. If they're not able to win this one tonight, they're going to need some help from the selection committee. And losing in the first round of the tournament at home would probably not bode very well for them. I think everybody associated with Grand Valley had the feeling tonight that this is a match that they had to win to keep their season going as far as the NCAA tournament is concerned. Deanne Scanlon talking with Jason Johnson. Lakers trying to serve the riddle that is Allie Cudworth. She's been probably the outstanding player for either side here tonight. The junior from Kent, Ohio, wearing 17 in gold. Let's see if she changes up. She's going at Showman. Better this time. Shannon Winicky. That's Cudworth again. Big knock here. Grand Valley's got a chance. Now a chance for Grand Valley. Looking for the set. They're going to come to Shannon Winicky, and it's long. Oh, boy, Grand Valley just had it completely teed up there and just couldn't get the ball in the court. Lakers' lead is down to 2 here. And this one is starting to look a little bit too familiar. Oh, that's a bad mistake there by Cudworth. You didn't see that coming. 19-16 Lakers. Grand Valley half a dozen away. Steve Bailey, the assistant coach, is up talking with Katie Olson. Grand Valley's got Rhonda back into the match to serve. Marley's in there as well. Rhonda barely got it across. This is a free ball for the Lakers here. Way up in the air. Showman, Olson, Marley, Cudworth. Always there. That's a point to Grand Valley. Ball played underhanded there by Ashland in the net. Can Grand Valley get this one to the house? 5 points away now with Betsy Rhonda serving. Another good serve by Betsy, serving Cudworth. Outside, Riley Scott. Showman lays herself out. This is Marley with the drive. Great play by Taylor Showman there to keep that point alive. And now, Cass Dixon calls timeout at 21-16. Grand Valley's got one of their real veterans and perhaps their best server out there, Rhonda, behind the line. She'd like to get one or two more to relieve some of the pressure from the Lakers. There's the coach, Deanne Scanlon, still instructing, more animated now than she's been at any time during this match. Grand Valley won the first set 25-22, 25-17 in the second. Ashland, though, won the third 25-15. Here in the fourth set, Lakers up by 5, and they need 4. They've got Betsy Rhonda back behind the stripe. And we'll see what Cass Dixon and Justin Martin can cook up here for a very competitive Ashland team, the team that comes in with an identical record to Grand Valley on the season. 19-10. Lakers were one better in league play, 13-5 to 12-6. There's the horn. Referee says okay to Betsy Rhonda, and we're ready to go here. Rhonda serving Clark. They're going to come this side to Mackay. Grand Valley's got it covered. Grand Valley needs a set. Oh my gosh, not high enough, and Stacy Brower took a ball right in the chops. She supplied the power. She got blocked, and the ball hit her in the face. Now it's 21-17. Grand Valley, Rhonda, Olson, Marley. Oh, it was a miss hit. They pancake it. They keep it alive. Cudworth, big swing. Rhonda. Grand Valley has to get a set here. Marley, great get again. Uh-oh, here comes Clark. Clark dinked it across. That ball might have been sailing wide. Cudworth from the back. Kate Walters. Boy, that's a ball that's gonna get down for Katie Olson. Didn't think it was a good choice there, but it worked out. 22-17. Grand Valley prevents a big run. Brower might have been stunned a little bit by that ball that hit her in the chops. She goes out with Showman. Grand Valley's got Kayleen Norris on to serve right now. This is one of the toughest things in volleyball, to come off the bench cold. Tight match. You got to serve up a big ball. She got it across, just barely. Here comes Zuber, and that's off of Lown, and that one did get the computer over at the scorer's table. Didn't void the warranty, I don't think. The owner doesn't look that happy about it. 22-18. Brower out. Showman back in. And Norris leaves as well. Just can't believe that could happen at that point in the contest. 22-19. A ball that lands right in the middle of the service court. Aguayo again. Rhonda better this time. Marley. Cudworth. Grand Valley's got a chance here. Showman looking for Rhonda. Betsy Rhonda into the middle of the court. Now it's Ashland's turn. Clark creamed it through the block. Down for a point to Ashland. 22-20. Grand Valley has got to find a way. They don't want this one going to 5. Their record in 5 setters this year has not been admirable. Rhonda. Olson. Lound. Grand Valley on the defensive. Clark with the swing. It's down, though, off the block. Kaylee Lound got up there, and that's huge. And now it's on Katie Olson. Deanne Scanlon saying, end this thing. Here is Katie, who was the key player in the first set. Serve there. Outside, they're coming to Clark. Clark to Rhonda. Grand Valley's got what they're looking for. Marley. Cudworth kind of close to the net. Grand Valley got a touch. Outside, Kate Walters. Deep into the court. That'll be sent back across by Cudworth. Grand Valley's got to get organized here. And it's Marley. Bombed it off Cudworth. What a take there. Grand Valley still in control, though. Well, Kate Walters just going to have to send this across. Nearly got it down. Into the net. Who is it? Point to Grand Valley. An Eagles player into the net at 24-20. And now Katie Olson has a chance to end it. And wouldn't this be momentous if she can get this one down? Good deep serve. Serving Clark. They're going to come this side to Zuber. And, man, that was some smoke right there from Samantha Zuber. And now it is Casey Clark back with no room for error. She needs 3 here in a row for her side. 3 chances to win it for Grand Valley at 24-21. Clark. Rhonda, good ball there. Grand Valley, Lound, not down. Zuber, oh boy, this is trouble for the Lakers. Caitlin Walters, defensive. Clark, outside Cudworth. Showman. Grand Valley, Marley. It's down and the Lakers get the win. Jessica Marley just sends home the winner. And with that, Grand Valley not only wins the 4th set, 25-21 to win the match, but that victory makes Deanne Scanlon the winningest coach in Grand Valley volleyball history. And it's an interesting story because in almost 5 decades of existence, Grand Valley has had 2, count them, 2 volleyball coaches, Joan Bond and Deanne Scanlon. And I think they were in a flat-footed tie, each with 545 wins entering the match tonight. So Grand Valley moves on. Boy, they didn't have their best stuff going tonight, but they got it done. And Deanne Scanlon gets the victory over Ashland. Ashland's got to wait now and hope for some good fortune here in terms of the NCAA tournament. But the Lakers are able to win it here tonight in 4, 25-21 in the 4th and final set after Grand Valley had won the first 2. Grand Valley fans are going to stick around. We'll stay here for just a couple of moments. Tim Sell goes down here and wants to make his presentation to Deanne Scanlon. And look who's here, Joan Bond, the only other coach that Grand Valley's had in its history. Down on the court, we see Joan at the football stadium on football Saturdays, working in the media area. And let's listen to Tim Selgo here.
With tonight's victory, this is a historic moment in the history of Grand Valley football. Grand Valley volleyball, thank you, Coach. Let me start over. With tonight's victory, historic moment in Grand Valley volleyball, head coach Deanne Scanlon just became the winningest all-time coach in the history of Laker volleyball. coaches would each win over 500 matches in their careers. And in fact, Grand Valley has only had 2 head coaches in the history of our career. We're very fortunate tonight that we are joined by legendary Laker head volleyball coach Joan Bond. Head volleyball coach Joan Bond is with us tonight. Over the course of 26 seasons, Joan accumulated 545 wins. And tonight, in her 21st season, Coach Deanne Scanlon, with this victory tonight, has just garnered her 546th victory to become the leader in volleyball wins. Congratulations, Coach Scanlon, as Coach Bond hands you the game ball from tonight's match.
All right, so there you see the ceremony with Tim Selgo honoring Deanne Scanlon, who goes past her mentor Joan Bond to become the winningest volleyball coach in Grand Valley history, 546 wins. More importantly for the Grand Valley program, it's another 20-win season. Lakers will advance to the GLIAC semifinals this weekend at a site yet to be determined. We think it'll probably be in Big Rapids. But with that, we will wrap it up for the night. Our broadcast tonight produced by Jeremy Knickerbocker. Our photographer was James Batens. I'm Tom Cleary. Thanks for being with us. Grand Valley wins in 4, 25-22, 25-17, 15-25, and 25-21 in the fourth. The Lakers defeat Ashland here tonight in the GLIAC first round action in the postseason volleyball tournament. That'll do it for us tonight. Join us on Saturday at noon for football, Grand Valley at Ashland here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.